I've said it before, I'll say it again. We need to normalize dating within our IQ so we don't waste time explaining obvious things. IQ, EQ, whatever. Mentally yoked on an intelligence level. We need to normalize that. So many times, y'all be thinking that you too picky the whole time. You just too tired of explaining what should be common sense. Because some people, they get in relationships and they listen to reload, not to resolve. They want to rebuttal, basically is what I'm saying. They don't want to understand. They hear your voice, but they miss the meaning. And you spend most of the relationship always trying to explain and give clarity instead of being able to just be at peace. It's one of the most frustrating things. And you see, it ain't even a matter of if the person is good or bad. Sometimes they're just not for you. If they don't have what it takes to understand you, they can't possibly have what it takes to validate you, to see you, to connect with you. Especially if you're a sapiosexual and that's something that's intelligent to you, that's something that's attractive to you. Intelligence is, especially if you like a person that's going to mentally stimulate you. Put down in the chat if you've ever been in a relationship with somebody and most of the relationship was you just trying to explain or get frustrated or deciding you wasn't even going to say nothing no more because they ain't going to never get it. Put down in the chat. Let me look in these comments, man. I want to know if I'm talking to anybody. Put down in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. You done been in that relationship and you done talked till you blue in the face. You done gave explanations. You done damn near PowerPoints and this person still don't get it. Maybe they playing dumb or maybe they ain't playing. Sometimes they playing dumb. Sometimes they ain't playing. And if you ever been in this situation before, if you comment right now, I wrote my book, Don't Forget Your Crown, for women like you who spent way too much time trying to get a man to understand when he didn't have the capacity to begin with. If you want my book, this is my best-selling book. Let me see. No, I had a copy here. My best-selling book for a reason. I think 4,500 plus counting reviews on Amazon. You can get it there for $30 or you can comment the word crown and I'll send it to you for free. Let me put the link. Comment the word crown if you can relate to anything I've said so far, and I will send you my book, Don't Forget Your Crown, for free. This is my best-selling book and for a reason. But back to what I was saying. Again, some people hear your voice. They don't get the meaning. And when you in a relationship with somebody, when you spending most of your time with somebody, uncomprehended communication is just noise with good grammar. Like I used to think that communication was key. Comprehension is. You can communicate till you blue in the face. You can. You can do everything in your power to relay the message, but words without understanding, they're just syllables dressed like solutions. They ain't doing nothing but exhausting you and confusing them. Some people speak paragraphs and they still say nothing because comprehension it's not about vocabulary. It's about empathy. And you see, this is where a man might be thinking he's saying some real stuff, some dope stuff, some true stuff, some whatever stuff, and he don't even know what he's talking about. He think he's speaking facts and logic or whatever, but if he can't read your emotions, he'll always mispronounce your needs. Don't let that go over your head. And so whenever you're trying to explain how you feel and relay how you feel and how what he's doing is impacting you, you got to understand, it's not all about, well, did you say the right words? Did you use simple enough words? It ain't got nothing to do with the quality of your communication. It's about what did he actually receive? And you can kind of tell based on how he responds too. Don't matter if he heard you. Hearing is a reflex. Listening is a responsibility. Ears, they are there automatically. Effort is intentional. Real love, it don't just require a man to hear you. to know that you're putting out sentences. Real love will make that man want to study your silence. What are you saying when you're not talking? What are you saying? What is your body language saying? What is the deterioration of your glow? What is that saying? When you get frustrated and don't want to speak no more because you feel like your words ain't going to solve nothing, what is that saying? Volume doesn't fix what validation ignores. You can yell, you can plead, you can cry, you can beg, you can do all of that. But you cannot connect with somebody who translates everything through their own trauma they haven't resolved. So if he's insecure, meaning if insecurity is his translator, your honesty is always going to sound like hostility. It's always going to be something he personalizes. Think to that person. This goes for men and women, by the way. But of course, it's mostly women on here. It's mostly women that hit me up asking about this stuff. So let me speak in that context. Think about that man that you just was honest with. Hey, this is how I feel. Hey, this is something I would like to be better. And he got so defensive. Maybe he either went into attack mode and got angry, or maybe he went to shutdown mode. But he got so defensive, and the whole time you said nothing insulting. All you did was describe your experience. Thank you, Alva Holt, for sharing. Yeah. If you feeling what I'm saying, if you know what I'm saying is true, man, find a little arrow down there, hit the share button so we can get more like-minded individuals into this conversation. And when you do, comment the word shared so I can shout you out. But you could be saying the most kind, mature, clear answer to a question that he's had about you or why you are the way you are, how you feeling. And guess what? It goes in one ear and out the other. But first, it stops by and attacks him, triggers a wound that he hasn't dealt with. And now he got to feel like he got to retaliate back. When unhealed people listen, resolutions feel like retaliation. Unhealed ears, it makes loving voices even sound like threats. Like when a man is broken, traumatized, insecure, etc., I'm not saying it makes him a bad person. I actually was just talking about this in my stories. There are some men who are honestly just too broken to love safely. Don't mean they don't deserve love. You can't do it safely. You're going to get hurt too. And there's some guys who are so broken, it don't matter what level of intelligence and communication and patience and grace that you bring in. Anything that triggers that wound is going to land like it's some type of gunshot to their chest. You can try your best to communicate, close the gap, reconnect. Communication is the bridge, but comprehension is a person choosing to cross that bridge. It's like communication is a tool, but the person got to use it with comprehension. Kathy Chapman, thank you for sharing. What up, Anita? And whoever Ma Jaxn is, like that last name. But some dudes would rather admire the architecture than to travel the distance. They understand you just enough to respond, never enough to change. They admire you. They love your intelligence, but they can't really meet you where you are in that intelligence. I don't know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. And whenever he really feels attacked, he may scan what you're saying, and it looks like he's listening. It looks like he is, like he wants to learn you. But in reality, he just wants to label you. And when a man is truly right for you, he's not going to look for ways to weaponize your words. He's going to look for ways to study you, to understand you, to better love you. Instead of assuming, he's going to ask. Curiosity is love with ears. But when a person starts assuming and drawing conclusions, all they're doing is confirming the narrative you ain't got nothing to do with. Oh, you always trying to argue. Arguments aren't really the issue. Arguments don't destroy relationships. Misunderstandings do. A lot of times, whenever you arguing with a guy and he's not where you are mentally, just keeping it real with you, he don't have the EQ or the IQ to be dating you, you're going to be fighting more of the translation than you are really conveying any truth to him that he can actually receive. Most conflicts, actually, I would say they start because somebody responded to what was said instead of the meaning behind what was said. They responded to how they received what was said. And again, that all comes down to this person's intelligence. Cognitive intelligence, emotional intelligence, however you want to look at it. Leticia says he does scan. Yeah, they'll scan. They just trying to collect some type of evidence to confirm what they already believe and justify what they're already going to do in return. Comprehension is the key. Communication is not the key. Comprehension is choosing connection over being correct. Winning the argument while losing a relationship is a loss. Understanding doesn't require two people to always agree. It just requires respect, compassion, at least recognition of where this person is coming from, even if you still don't necessarily agree or you don't share the same experience. Charlene, thank you for sharing. Yeah, if you hit the share button, comment the word shared so I can shout you out. And I'm not speaking from a pedestal, y'all. I struggle with this, especially in my 20s. So I'm telling you what I know. If you're a man or a woman listening to this, it's much better, as opposed to trying to be right, to be reunited. But again, you're not going to reunite with nobody if you're not understanding what they're saying and you're not able to manage your pride and your ego and your hurt feelings and your defensiveness in order to truly understand what they're saying. Communication is good. Now, I'm not saying it don't matter. You got to communicate, but communication is the delivery. Comprehension is the destination. That's what we're really trying to get to. And maturity is the GPS. Anybody can just talk. But for somebody to truly translate what you're saying, and even more so reflect on what you're saying, they have to be equally yoked with you, mentally. But any woman watching this right now, and again, you done been in a situation, you trying to convey things and talk and communicate and be patient and gracious and all that stuff. Look, stop begging for effort from somebody who only shows sporadic interest. Stop debating with ears that refuse to open. Stop explaining the truth to hearts trained to deflect. Instead, find a man who is looking for and open to your meaning, not just your mouth. Because again, communication is not key. Comprehension is. And again, if you've ever been in a relationship where you just knew that communication being key piece was a home run for you because you were more than willing to talk, and then you learned the hard way that no matter how much you talk, no matter how much you explain, no matter how clearly you break it down, no matter how patient you are for this person to have time to digest what you're saying, no matter how many different ways you cut it up and remix it so that it doesn't come off any kind of effed up way, no matter how many disclaimers, no matter how softly and gently you put it, no matter how many times you give him a pass and then finally say something, hoping that, hey, of course he can take it because this is the first time I said something 20 different times, he done got it wrong. and it didn't change nothing, you're just like the women, thousands of women, who called my book, Don't Forget Your Crown, a blessing to read, because it vindicated them and it showed them exactly where the holes were in their own boundaries and standards. And once they got a hold of that, once they fixed that, they stopped attracting those type of men. I'm not even selling it to you. I mean, of course, you can go buy it for $30 on Amazon. But I'll give it to you free. The book, Don't Forget Your Crown. I just realized a lot of y'all didn't even know I had books. So now you know I actually have 15 books. Comment the word crown. I will send you a link to get it for free. I'll send you a link to get it for free today. Comment the word crown and I got you. It'll be inside my inner circle. No contract, cancel anytime. Keep the book for free. Forever. Comment the word crown. But moral of the story is this. Connection is not built on what is said. It's built on what is understood, what is received, what's processed. The right man is not going to just listen to your language. He's going to have the competence and put in the effort to listen to your heart. But those are just my thoughts. If you agree with anything I just said, find a little arrow down here and hit that share button so you can bless somebody else. Let that good karma come back your way. And again, if you are a reader, comment the word crown and I'm going to gift you my book for free. Comment the word crown and I'm going to gift you my best-selling book absolutely free called Don't Forget Your Crown. And you'll see why it has 4.6 out of 5 stars on average, over 4,000 reviews, hundreds of thousands of books sold, actually. I stopped counting a couple of years ago. Comment the word crown and you'll see what I'm talking about. But I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all be good. Anita, thank you for getting your book. Said you loved it. Much love. Peace.